again. My name is Subram Natarajan. I lead the customer engineering function for Google Cloud in India. It is indeed a great pleasure to be in front of you, talking to you and sharing with you our point of view around retail industry and the transformation it is going through, particularly the IT influence challenge that's happening. You know, in the past 2 years, there is, I think, enough and more information and talk about how COVID has impacted the retail industry. And sure enough, it has. On one hand, you have the ever-changing customer experience demands. On the other hand, you have the digital transformation needs. Both of these kind of created a perfect storm. And that resulted in a huge amount of transformation that is going on across the industry. Just imagine this. 4 trillion is the amount of transactions, or is the amount that we saw in transactions that happened in 2020 online. Now this is at a time when COVID was at peak. This is supposed to get to about 25% by the time that we exit out of next year, or the overall sales. Now this is actually causing a requirement to have a fair bit of challenging experience to be created in our enterprise, whether it is ubiquitous shopping and convenience related, or a deep personalization, hyper-personalization and sub-segmentation that is required for all the data that we have, and therefore land the right kind of marketing programs. So there, you know, the retailers who have cashed in on such kind of initiatives have, you know, thrived and successfully emerged from this whole pandemic. And, you know, along the lines of this change that is happening, there is also another interesting phenomenon that happened. Shops started reopening, retail outlets started reopening, and that created a slightly different experience for our users. The focus for the retail outlets all of a sudden became that of, how do I protect the health and safety of our customers visiting the retail outlets? How do I fulfill the e-commerce led or e-commerce initiated shopping experience or shopping exercise? And, you know, the whole aspect about how do you bring in-store experiences as a matter of time and experience, requirement that of a customer, and the constant need for understanding the shifting changes of customers' experience and requirement forced our in-store experiences, in-store skills that are available to serve the customers to become rather changing. Now, along the way, we continue to have the unpredictable demands, supply chain challenges, the global change that is happening with respect to the trade, and the customers who want to engage with us in a manner that aligns with their personal preference. For example, sustainability all of a sudden became a topic for discussion for many of the retailers. And margin pressures continues to exist within the industry. Now, why I'm saying all of this is the need for digital transformation, retail transformation specifically, is no longer just a matter of choice. It's given and it is happening, and it more often than not what we find that many companies are taking that on with different entry points, whether it is customer experience enhancement centric or cost takeout measures. Every company, every retail industry is going through data-driven transformation that we can see. So much so, we are beginning to see retailers asking for the right partners who would play along with them the right partnership to accelerate the transformation journey, and keeping the data at the center of this transformation, making sure that it happens in your own terms. And what do I mean by that? Meeting you where you are with respect to the transformation journey and taking you along, or traveling along with you in making that happen. So a company like Google has tremendous amount of value to be added, because at the end of the day, what matters is the business impact that we are going to create to your business. Whether it is an increase in traffic, how do I make sure that more footfalls happen, or in your digital property, more traffic that happens. And once that happens, how do I make sure I convert it in a manner that becomes favorable to you? And all of these experiences that whenever customer comes to our property, making sure that we supersize the opportunity that is presented to us. This is where the e-commerce fulfillment from on-store or in-store experience amplifies that effect. Along the way, of course, cost takeout measures, improving the operations, focus on supply chain continues to be the focus area, and we play a great role in bringing that business impact to you. Now, I want to speak a little bit about what our CEO, Thomas Kurian, mentioned earlier on during the year. And he talked about how this whole industry has changed. And he calls this a defining moment for all of us around the world. And to have the hope and optimism to reimagine your business as you start recovering from the pandemic, and we at Google take a tremendous amount of responsibility to support you in that mission. And that's a profound statement. And that whole philosophy of how we are pivoting on retail industry is proving to be true. Canalys, one of the market research firms, talked about how Google Cloud, how it is appearing in the vertical assessment model of theirs as one of the topmost leaders. And the reason why we are doing that is because of two things. One, in our vertically aligned strategy, we made sure we bring in the right set of people who understand the problem that is facing this sector and therefore be able to effectively solve the problems in this using IT. The second thing is we partnered with the right kind of systems integrator who can value add, make sure that we deliver the right value to the retail industry in a very closed fashion. Now, when we talk about Google Cloud and what you get by partnering with Google, there is plenty more beyond IT. Strategically, when you are aligning with Google or when you are partnering with Google, there is enough amount of expertise that is available specifically to the industry. Earlier, I talked about a vertically aligned strategy that we have taken, and that is paying off with executives, solution architects, delivery organizations coming from deep retail experience. The second one is about retailers get to use the same infrastructure that our other properties use, whether it is YouTube, Maps, GPay. All of these have proven in terms of how it has penetrated the consumer market in terms of scalability, reliability, and so on. This is the same infrastructure you get to use when you partner with Google. The third thing is the class of AI and ML. We set ourselves apart when it comes to making sure that we provide data and insight-driven journeys to our customers, and that AI and ML expertise, that engineering power, you stand to gain benefit out of. The next one that I want you to pay attention to is the whole alignment towards sustainability. We are the only cloud provider that has been operating carbon neutral since 2007. Whatever we are consuming for our own purposes as well as for Google Cloud, the entire energy consumption is matched with the renewable purchase, and we have been doing that since 2007. 2030, our ambitious goal is to become carbon-free. So there is a tremendous amount of alignment to our sustainable goals, and all our products, technology, services, everything is in alignment to that. Best of Google is another interesting factor that you should notice. You know, in the past week itself, close to about 75% of global shoppers started their journey with any of the Google property. It could be with YouTube, search, and it could be for exploration, search engines, or even to just do research about a product that they are planning to purchase. The point is 75% of the journey begins with a Google property. And therefore, as retailers, it would be great to partner with you to cash in on that opportunity of engaging with users or engaging with customers for your own enterprise. Now, prioritizing digital transformation and technology-driven transformation continues to be our our mainstay, our important focus, particularly for retail sector. When we talk about differentiated products, expertise, and domain-specific partnerships, these are the key enabling factors for Google to provide the right value for retailers like you. There are 4 areas that I want to call out. Number 1 is the data-driven enterprise, leveraging data to become increasingly customer-centric. The second one is to really make sure the omni-channel experiences provided to the customers today. The third one is about imagining the future store, how the new avatar of the store is going to look like. Modern store is what we call. And last but not least, let's not take our eyes away from the operational excellence, cost reduction measures that we need to do. Now, let me double click on each and every one of them. That's important, for you to understand different measures that is coming out of it. Data is at the center of transformation. It still continues to be the holy grail for many of the companies, including retail. Yet, to act using the insights that is coming out of the data corpus that you have is proving to be increasingly difficult, especially when you talk about real-time information and making business decisions based on when the user is on your property and providing the right kind of engaging experience to the user. So the future that we are really looking at is to provide unique data experiences, building business intelligence into the customer journeys itself, bring that differentiation right at the customer journey itself. Think about data visualization using Looker as an example. All of these capabilities that I just talked about exist there. Another area that we are working closely with many of the companies is about modernizing data warehouses. The silos that is existing within your enterprise and the difficulty that is there in using the third-party data in bringing an increased intelligence and an offer that is of relevance to the users that exists in our modernized data warehouse capability. Demand forecasting is a matter of how you provide the right level of accurate forecast, and AI plays a key role there. AI and ML, Vertex AI, and recommendations AI provides a key role in really making sure that the right kind of demand forecasting is done, minimize the stockouts, as well as reducing the excess inventory. And last but not least, it is about bringing the right kind of personalization to the users. And of course, this is a subject that has been talked about ad nauseum. And the level of personalization is amplified or is exacerbated by the amount of business that it is bringing to at the end of the day. And therefore, email personalization, making sure that the right kind of engaging experience based on different persona is all part of your retail journey. Now, when it comes to omni-channel, it is about bringing the right kind of modernization as well as migration of your existing e-commerce platform onto cloud. Why do I say that? Migration of your e-commerce platform provides you the capability to scale and scale reliably, at the same time achieve the right kind of resilience characteristics to your enterprise. Almost every one of you work on different kind of campaigns during the year, and you see different traffic patterns, some of them really increasing, and therefore, is your e-commerce platform geared to satisfy the traffic spurts that you are anticipating? Think of Black Friday. Think of the big $1 billion day sale, and those kind of big engagements that drive the traffic dramatically. Do we have the right kind of playbook to really make that come alive? Omnichannel is the mantra of the day. Both state as well as the data needs to be protected appropriately and therefore accessed ubiquitously. API and APG management is the way to go. Many of our retail customers are taking that on as a platform really to bring about that quite effectively. When we talk about Best Buy, Target, these are all great examples of how omni-channel engagement has borne life. I want to talk about the modern store. And now this is, one might think that this is an extension of the omni-channel engagement experience that we try to bring about, differentiated one. But it is about bringing some of the newer technologies to fore. What about AI, VR experiences that bring a differentiated experiences for shopping when it comes to users wanting such kind of experiences from stores? What about Web3? What about blockchain? A modern store is expected to have such kind of differentiated experiences, and leveraging IT, specifically on cloud, will provide you the right kind of capabilities to make that happen. And along with this, of course, some of the features and capabilities associated with bringing multiple experiences through alternate channels. So omni-channel, think of it as as a precursor to creating a modern store that can propel your business to multiple magnitude higher levels. I also want to talk a little bit about the cost and efficient operations, and the reason for that is this is an aspect that you cannot take your eyes off. Given the existing macroeconomic conditions, in a way, this takes the center stage or front seat, so to say. Whether it is introducing automation as part of your process, making it much more efficient, or really governing your supply chain, making it much more efficient, bringing the right kind of technology to make all of that happen. Take, for example, SAP that's available on GCP right now, and it's fully managed service that allows you to really bring about the right kind of capability to SAP, as well as use the data to really power your other enterprises and initiatives. The same thing I can talk about in the Google Workspace area, powerful video conferencing facilities in a secure manner, contact center, AI, rapid response, virtual agents. Now, this is just not about chatbot, my dear friends. This is about bringing the AI-infused contact center, AI-infused virtual agents that engages with a customer with the right kind of context at the right kind of empathy levels that is required to make sure that your customers are engaged, and then eventually get transferred into a valuable business opportunity. This particular chart is a small subset of our retail customers, and we have seen success. As I said, many of the customers, as they start choosing their digital transformation journey, they take on many of the entry points that is latent, whether it is customer experience-centric or cost reduction-centric. These initiatives begin at a point in time with specific use cases that are defined and quickly achieve quantum results that can really bring differentiated value to your enterprise. At the end of the day, we know that the journey to cloud can be an arduous task, right? You should take this as not as a horizontal, one sledgehammer approach, but it is indeed a massive change for any retail customer. And cloud is just not about technology. It is about fundamentally changing how we are bringing a differentiated experience through human creativity as well as the ingenuity, both coming together at the heart of a data-driven transformation. Now, in this new paradigm, what we need is cloud as a technology that brings all of these capabilities together, holds this and transforms the process that you are experiencing today to fabric of a future for your organization. That is the reason why 8 out of the top 10 retailers that you can think of, when you think of any retail industry worldwide, they use Google Cloud as a platform for choice for their business transformation. We have built the services organization. The solutions have been built so that you can deploy in a very quick manner. And the idea would be to create a new retail experience. And together with Google, you can continue to innovate to bring that differentiated experience to your customers. Now, you may ask, well, all of what I heard is all good, so why do I need to consider Google Cloud? And there are many reasons for it, right? On the first point that I want to make is that the speed, scalability, and adaptability that is proven to you by matter of really bringing the right kind of experience and digital experience that you need to peak at a point where you bring about the right kind of reliability. At the same time, AI and ML, security, as well as the ability to bring about the right kind of openness and choices that you have for your customers are also existing. Now, the reason why I quickly talked about all of these things is that Google's partnership can bring the right kind of technology and the demands of the customers together in really making sure that your retail customers are appropriately addressed for when it comes to their journey, and therefore we participate in your success and you leverage Google Cloud as part of your transformation journey. Thank you so much.